This is Marva Nichols, Miss GSU 1991-92, and I am the host of the HueDat Podcast on MTMV Sports Network, and I have wide receiver Antonio Jones and defensive end Sundiata Anderson with me tonight, and we'll be right back.
I believe we gonna dominate. Dominate.
This is Marva Nichols, Miss GSU 1991-92, and we are back with our Players Corner. We have wide receiver Antonio Jones and defensive end Sundiata Anderson. That name, I'm just going to call you Sonny, okay? Because it's getting me all tight tongue. But Sundiata Anderson with us tonight. I think you both are from Georgia, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my goodness. I have two Georgia boys with me. How are you all doing? Antonio?
Doing great. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing really, really good, especially since I'm with you. You know, you guys are my favorite team, and it's always a pleasure to have you in our studios at MTMV Sports Network. So let's get right to it. I'm going to take Antonio Jones first, and Sonny, we'll come back for you a little later, okay? All right, Antonio, how are you doing this evening, man? How was practice today?
Practice is pretty cool. You know, the sun went out, so, we flying around here, but got to stay hydrated. It was a good practice, though.
Excellent. Can you share a bit about your hometown and the place that shaped you into the athlete you are today?
Yes, ma'am. All right, so I'm from Clayton County, Georgia, and I went to high school, Lovejoy High School, so it's a pretty good area, it's a lot of good ball players there. So if you're looking for another...
So you come from an area that produces a lot of good ball players, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any particular influences from your hometown that have had a significant impact on your life and your football career thus far?
Can you repeat that, please?
Are there any particular people that influenced you in your hometown that has had a significant impact on your life and your football career thus far?
Oh, yes, ma'am. It's other players like Bub Means and Dayton Wade. They get in there. Then you have a couple guys in the NFL that also went to Lovejoy that's in the league now. So that's kind of like motivation to be like, oh, I know that they did it. I can do it too.
Absolutely. So it's a legacy that stems from your high school, and it's called Lovejoy High School?
Yes, ma'am. Lovejoy High School.
Okay. All right. Well, now we know he's from Clayton, Georgia.
Clayton County.
Clayton County, Georgia, from Lovejoy High School.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you're currently studying at Grambling State University. Could you tell us more about your major and how it fits into your overall academic and career goals?
All right. So my major is general studies. It has business major and criminal justice. So, criminal justice, I could be an entertainment lawyer. And, it's just a different major. So,
So the general studies will give you more. You have more choices once you leave Grambling to pursue additional, probably a master's. But about time you get done at Grambling, you'll probably know a little bit more about what you want to do. So you were a sophomore or junior this year?
I'm a junior in class, but I'm a sophomore in the field.
Okay. All right. Sounds
Yeah.
good. So that probably means that you're going to play a year of graduate ball here.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
okay. All right. Well, then for sure you'll be able to distinguish what you want to go into once you finish that undergraduate year. Now, listen, in a recent game against Alcorn State, you had a standout performance with 3 receptions for 118 yards. What do you think was the key to your success in that game, and how did it feel to make such a significant contribution to the team's, being able to score?
I just felt like I came locked in. You just gotta focus on your job, focus on your 111. Everything else would just fall in place. But for them to, just score, it was just like it just motivated me to, like, okay, it made me lock in harder and motivate my brothers on the side and be like, okay, come on, because they fighting back. We gotta keep fighting. We gotta keep climbing that hill. Let's go. Come on, we
It
ready.
was a fight. It was a fight to the end. Oh my goodness. Let
We
me tell
came
you,
and
you
we
have some
came in
hops
trying to take
and some
somewhere from
hands.
them.
Right. Well, let me tell you, you have some hops and some hands, man. I've seen you catch some magnificent receptions. We all have, and you made some really huge plays for us in all of the games that we've had thus far, and so we look forward to seeing more of that from you. But in the game, what was it like in that dogfight in Norman, Mississippi?
I could just tell you, like, my heart was beating. You just had to lock in on your assignment, like, when it really count, because we practice situational football like that. So it's like, okay, this one it really counts. So, like, do your job. Don't mess up. We trying to go. We trying to go. We trying to score. 2-minute drill. We try to move the ball, but it just didn't work in our favor.
Yeah. Yeah, it was seeming like you all were not able to score, especially that fourth quarter. It just seemed so difficult. I mean, defense was great on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And, my heart was beating so fast. I could literally hear my heartbeat in my ears. So I can't imagine what you all were feeling like in the game, right? So yeah, I can feel you on how you were saying your heart was beating fast and you wanted to be able to produce and you
Right.
wanted to win. But want to move on to your overall record. You have 26 receptions, 390 yards, and an impressive 15-yard average per catch. You've had a productive season so far. Can you share with us any specific areas of your game that you focused on to achieve these impressive statistics?
I just feel like whatever situation is in the game, I just try to produce for my brothers, everybody on side of me. For the coaches, whatever they need me to do, I'm there. I just got to make a play for them.
Hey, Sonny, how are you?
Hey, Mama Marva, how you doing?
I'm doing good, my big boy. Oh my goodness, how's it going today? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. Ready for Saturday, and it's homecoming week, so it's just the energy. I'm ready for the energy. Yes, ma'am.
Woo! Me too. Everybody is, man. We're ready to get back and come back. We have some awesome weapons of mass destruction on the team, and I knew it would be a fight to the end. The West is a very, very strong division, and so we're warring over in the West. But I believe we're gonna pull it out. Let's get to you so people can kind of know a little bit more about you. So to start, could you share a bit about your background and where you're from?
I'm from College Park, Georgia, but I attended North Clayton High School in Clayton County. Also, it's a great small high school in kind of South Atlanta, And it's just, it's a school that produces, talent. We had a lot of artists come out of our school and a lot of athletes come out of our school. And so, I'm just happy to be one of the next ones up, hopefully.
What type of art? What artists came out of your school?
2 Chainz, Monica before
Really?
you got big, Sierra. So just a lot of artists.
Okay, and then you said athletes as well?
Yes, Morgan Burnett, my best friend who currently just got drafted last year, Yaya Diaby, a cornerback, Kendall Vildor. We're a pretty good school, and all of them in the NFL now. So I'm just hoping to follow in their footsteps.
And we are too, and we are yet praying for you and rooting you on. We've seen in the news or, the press releases that you have gotten recognition from the Black College Football Hall of Fame via the Player of the Year Spotlight not too long ago. And you also received a nod for the Defensive Player of the Year for the SWAC preseason. So how does that affect your playing now? Are you overwhelmed with recognition, or are you on track to supersede what you did last year? Or what are your plans right now as to with those accolades? How are you managing that, and how are you manifesting?
I mean, I heard one quote that I feel like is super important to me and, kind of drives me in everything I do. And that quote is pressure is privilege. And so, I think all the pressure around me, I think I, carry it well and just, I want to be great for my team. And, I want to show the world who I really am, not who they say I am. And I believe I am one of the best players in the country at what I do. And so, I just carry it well and I try to produce for my team. And that's the goal. It's a championship. Whatever I do is great, but as long as my team win the championship, I'm fine with that.
Yes, and again, we're rooting for you, and you play so hard. And this season so far, you started with 6 solo tackles, 6 assisted tackles, and 3 sacks. In comparison to your performance last year, where you ended with 17 solo tackles, 22 assisted tackles, 2 passes defended, and 2.5 sacks. What strategies or adjustments are you implementing to exceed those numbers for this season? We have a few more games. So are you tracking yourself? Are you challenging yourself to supersede that, which supersede your last year's statistics?
Yes, ma'am. I always want to be the best me, but I'm also, aiming to be number 1 on every list. So, wherever sacks it takes to be number 1 in the SWAC, hopefully number 1 in the FCS, whatever tackle for loss it takes to be number 1 in the SWAC and hopefully FCS. So, that's just the goal, to try to be number 1 at what I do. And so, yeah, I'm tracking myself, but I'm really just, keeping faith. And, as long as I walk by faith and do what I'm supposed to do, everything's going to play out and be right.
Absolutely. Your mental, this right here, plays a huge role. Now, we saw you at our home game when you had the penalty, and I felt like you were like, and you didn't get to play the first half of the Prairie View game. Take us through that moment, and what were you thinking when you went for the quarterback?
It was just one of them in my head. I felt like it was a bang bang play, where he would throw it and hit. And I hit him, but I had a young moment which I should never do again, where I ducked my head. I got to play safer and better football, and so in the future I know not to do that again. And then that affects my team also, not being able to play a whole half, and it was a big game at the time, and so I kind of just learned from that moment and hopefully will never let it happen again.
Yeah, I believe that you're a very level-headed young man. Ever since I've known you, you've been just a level-headed guy. And I'm just like, what happened? And we all make mistakes. And you came back with a vengeance that second half. So and we pulled that win out. Now, could you take us through your experience in the game at Alcorn? Including the defeat, and share what you've learned from that game and that you plan to carry forward into future matchups.
I mean, games like that are really lessons. I know we was on a great winning streak, and so it's great to always win and be a winner. But sometimes you need setbacks and lessons to kind of propel you in the future. I think we learned from that game. Just we had to fight a little. We got to fight a little bit harder, and we got to pay closer attention to the small details because that's what really matters at the end of the game. No matter what goes on, we just got to be a team and be together. And so I think we learned a lot from that game and came together as a team for the rest of the season. Which sometimes you need games like that to take you to the championship because adversity hits a
You
lot.
don't want to feel that anymore.
Yeah, and you don't want to feel that no more. So you need that. So I was happy
Yeah,
for
that
the
was tough.
yes.
Yeah,
So
sometimes, our coattails need to be pulled a little bit, and maybe it was for that purpose. We didn't get whipped or anything. It was a 1-point game, and the end of the game happened so fast. And then I just felt it was some really iffy calls by the refs, and we don't make any excuses like Coach says because we could have put them away, a couple of times. And so, that's just, but I have to say that. Okay. I'm going to say it. It was terrible. Some of the calls. But anyway, under the tutelage of Coach Jackson, how has your game evolved and improved? And even with your position coach, Coach Delgado? Yeah. Tell us
yeah.
about that.
I mean, Coach Jackson really just taught me how to be a pro. Truly, like to every extent, from sleep all the way to just working like a pro, and then taking care of my body like a pro. And so Coach Jackson coming in was big for me because I think being at the HBCU level, most people don't have that connection to help them gain and be ready for the next level. And so I think when I get to the next level, I wouldn't really miss a beat because Coach Jackson prepared me enough to be ready. And then with Coach Delgado, man, I love him to death because Coach Delgado, he really, I feel like made me become a just stronger man, and just how he kind of came in and just taught me, and he took me under, and so I really believe and thank Coach Delgado for coming in and teaching me what he taught me.
Yeah. Tell us about this sleep and preparing to be a professional. What does he say about uh, resting your body and recovering?
Uh,
What's the
Rest,
rule on that?
just getting enough sleep to keep your weight up. Not only keep your weight up, just being able to perform. He wants you to be able to play at top performance. He brought sleep people, or I call them sleep people, but he brought neurologists in to come, record our sleep schedules and help us sleep better, essentially so we can perform better. And so, he's all about just high performance at a great cost. And at the end of the day, your health is wealth. And so just being able to help you in the future or, further past football.
Wow, that's amazing. And I can tell you all appreciate everything that has been brought to the forefront for you all to better yourselves. Now, looking ahead, you have an important game this Saturday. It's homecoming. The fans will be there. And you have this game against Alabama A&M. Now, we know that we have to win all out. You're one of the leaders of the team, along with Crawley and Calvez and Matthews. I see you all walking out to the middle of the field. Tell us how is the team's overall energy right now, considering what you all have ahead of you this Saturday and beyond?
I would say the energy is great. This is one of the most times I've seen the team focus. Homecoming week can be a very distracting week, but the team's handling it greatly. All the years I've been here, this is one of the most focused and detailed team in handling this week. Even we had a lot of distractions. The weather even isn't on our side right now, but we put on our cleats, put on our pads, and go to work every day. So I think the team is ready and energized for Saturday and then the rest of the season.
All right, sounds good. Y'all hear that? Fans, you hear that? The G-men are ready and they're focused. Although the weather is good and it's homecoming, they have buckled down and they are focused on the next game or this weekend's game and the weekend ahead of them. against Bethune-Cookman, I believe, is after Alabama A&M, and even, I believe, Alabama State and UAPB. I believe those are the next three games. So we have some teams that we have to go and, go head to head with. But I believe the biggest one, I think the big showdown will be in New Orleans. I really do. I think that's gonna be the 50th, and it's gonna be a big game. So thank you, Sonny. I'm gonna bring Antonio back on. There he is. I have enjoyed talking to both of you all tonight so far, but I before I let you go, every week I ask the players and the coach that's on with me about what is their favorite. It's called the Pick One Challenge. What is your favorite uniform combo to wear? What's your favorite, Antonio?
I like the all white on white.
All right, you like the clean look. I think, Coach, about 3 or 4 people have chosen that. Okay, Sonny, you?
I like the black on white. I'm a little bit defense, so I gotta have black. But I like the white with the white accessories.
So you like the black, all black?
Black jerseys, white pants. I like to keep it.
Oh, you all wore that this season already, right? Where did you wear that?
Yes,
that you all had on red last week, but I think it was black and white the week before. Yeah. So I check you all out every week. But you all are some good looking young men in those awesome uniforms. So all right, Sonny is black top, white bottom, and Antonio is all white because he want to be fresh and clean, when he goes up and catch that ball. Boy, you can really hop. I'm telling you, you can really jump. And man, wow, you have a man. So you want to look good when you're catching. And I am excited to see what you all are wearing this weekend. It's always a surprise. You all have some great combinations. So I can't wait to see you all on Saturday. I'm guessing they may put on all gold. Who knows? Who knows? I might try to nudge George a little bit and ask him, but sometimes he can be grouchy. So
yeah.
Oh, Uncle George. But anywho, guys, I'm not gonna prolong the time. However, it's homecoming. Are you in a fraternity, Antonio?
No, ma'am.
No, you're not. You, Sonny?
The greatest fraternity there is, the first and the best, Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Ooh, he's showing out. Homecoming, they start playing Wipe Me Down and all of that stuff, and so guess what? So you Delta Sig?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yeah, I know something about Delta Sig. I'm Alpha Theta. I'm celebrating 30 years this year, but I was Miss Delta Sigma chapter during my tenure at Grambling, and I went on to win Miss Louisiana Black and Gold for the Delta Sigma chapter at your Louisiana conference. And so I do have a connection with you all. And I have some great brothers, Dr. Alsan Bellard, James Smith, Al Reese, and the list goes on and on and on. Nicholas Johnson, those are all my brothers. And heck, they were the coldest step team that Grambling ever had. I love the Kappas. I love my Qs. I love my Sigmas. But baby, those Alphas know they can step. So I'm just looking forward to homecoming. It's the energy. And again, I'm celebrating 30 years. I want to give a shout out to my line sisters, Spring 93, Alpha Theta Spring 93. We are the S2EOE. And we always say from the north and the south and all in between, after 30 years, we still look good in pink and green. I will see you guys on the scene at Grambling State University homecoming. And I always wrap our show up with, it's all good. It's all God. It's all Grambling. Happy homecoming, everybody. Talk to y'all soon. Peace out. Say bye, everybody. Hey, it's Queen Marva. Thank you for joining me on the HueDat Podcast. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace out.
GSU, better known as the G. I'm black and gold down from my head to my feet. You can tell I got that tiger in me. I'm so grand fam, even Stevie Wonder could see.